Okay guys, so here's our second video. We have Tesla coil, catcher, transmitter, receiver. We have a coil down here which is about 12-15 turns of that size wire, and we have this going here. I totally understand that this is not correct. Just trying to see the effects that we have with this going on. So right now push-pull is on, running. Now we don't have this hooked up. Our turns. Bulb is lit, pulling 50 watts. Some BS. The oscilloscope pulls about 10 watts. So we can pull this down and pull it down further. Lessens it. The bulb goes dimmer. It's like I don't know what's happening with the so there we go. There's our pulse, and I'm doing something real odd. This push-pull setup is running at high frequency. Where the push-pull is at 450 kilohertz. Okay, the Tesla coil is not on right now. Push-pull is right there. I'm gonna turn this off just so we can kind of see the. Okay, y'all remember how bright the bulb was, and you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put in a different bulb. I believe this is a 40 watt bulb, 40 watt halogen. And that actually dropped the wattage going in, but you still can't even, I mean, I guess it doesn't look fully lit, but it just looks so bright on the camera. Anyways, Tesla coil is lit. We have our oscilloscope reading the push-pull, which is in the red, and we have the output on the bulb reading at times 10 on the probe, and we're at 160 volts, which isn't that bad. So now I'm gonna adjust the push-pull. You see there, bam, bam, bam. Okay. The push-pull is landing. We're cutting across the peak of the sine wave from the Tesla coil, and we're getting it. You know, I believe it's fully lit, but I can't get it to land and stay on there perfect. There's sometimes, and there you can see it in the oscilloscope. You can see the pulse at the top, and that's when we get, you know, almost full brightness on this. It's not fully lit. This thing glows freaking white when it's lit. One of the problems, I think, is that my push-pull is not shutting down quick enough to do what it needs to do. But we definitely have that peak, and then there's a couple more. When I change this frequency a little bit more, we're gonna see that pulse can roll up and down the and then sometimes when I cut back across, like I'm just going back and forth through this one spot, and it's letting the push-pull run at you know what? I'm going to try to pull off this other side of the. So that lowered the wattage down. Let's see if we can. So only one side of the push-pull is working over here. The other side is off. I'm going to see if we can cross the paths again. But what I wanted to see, and yeah, there it goes. Now, here's one thing I think might be happening is we are just creating a Tesla coil over here. The waves are coming together and we're getting amplification. You know, two waves hitting or canceling out. I don't know, you know. That's that for there. You know, the pulse on top sweeping across that is something fairly odd. But that's how I'm using my push-pull differently from the other guys. And but I do believe that the push-pull needs to be at a lower frequency, and so for now, we'll go on to the next couple videos. I'm gonna move over to that one probably tomorrow, and go from there. Thanks.